Alright, hey everyone, it's Miss G. We're gonna go over some background information with The Most Dangerous Game by Richard Connell. The first thing that we are going to talk about here is the time period that this is set in, which is the early 1900s. So think about the difference here. We're talking about 100 years difference between the time that we know and the time that this is set in. This is huge, guys. Um, One of the biggest aspects that we need to recognize is this idea of trophy hunting. This is not hunting because you need food. This is hunting for sport, for getting that animal head and putting it on your wall. This was a huge, huge aspect of American culture in this time, and this is kind of what the story is set around. We have two main characters. We have Rainsford showing off against Zaroff. So there's it's a battle of sorts. That is as good as it's gonna get, I guess. Okay, so we have a battle of sorts going on. In the story, you're going to start seeing themes of violence. Um, we begin talking about the big game hunting, and we already know that's pretty violent already. We know that there's going to be a show off between two of the main characters, so we're going to see an explosion of violence. We know, so some background information about Rainsford, which you'll learn about in the story, is that he is a well-known big game hunter. He is an expert in the field. He wrote a book about it, and General Zaroff knows that. He said that he read his book. So, there's a lot of respect between General Zaroff and Rainsford, and so we're going to see a huge clash here. Uh, Another theme is human versus animals. So the idea here is that these animals are being hunted for trophy, and the big conflict here is how this situation is going to get turned on its head uh, during this during this short story. And then finally, revenge. The right to seek revenge is another thing. Okay, so those are the themes. Those are the two main characters. That's a little bit of information that you need to know about this. I'm going to go over conflict real quick because your constructed response that you'll be writing about deals with internal and external conflict. So I'm going to cover that one more time. So for internal conflict, this is a character's internal struggle. This is whatever they're struggling with emotionally inside themselves. So your constructed response talks about Rainsford. It's whatever Rainsford's experiencing within himself. And then finally, external conflict. This is a conflict that happens between a character and the external forces. And I'm going to go through those forces in just a second here. But this is going to be about Rainsford and things that he comes across in the story. So types of external conflict. We have man versus man. Okay, so that will be Rainsford versus Zaroff as an example of that. Next, we have man versus self. This is going to be internal conflict. This is not external conflict. Next, we have man versus nature. This is Rainsford versus what natural forces. And then finally, man versus society. This is, think about societal ideas of, big trophy hunting being accepted and, that being the culture in that time. Okay, so with that information, I was going to show you guys a modern adaptation of this idea. I found this video and I wanted to show it to you guys. This is a modern adaptation, so this is a little bit different from what we're going to be reading about. Our setting in the story is going to be different than the setting in this video, but this is going to get us to start thinking about the concept in this story. So let's check it out.
Who's this guy? Who is it? Doesn't matter. He'll kill both of us. Promise me something. Yeah. Don't follow me.
If I just had some cash, I'd get some treatment. Maybe see my son more. Think you can help me somehow?
I do, but I can't do it alone. I make possible man's innate desire to be challenged in an highly intense sport. Hunting.
You'd want them to hunt me? Like paintball? Like tag or something?
The sport in its purest form. A hunt to kill. It's a 24-hour game. Deposits increase every hour you survive for a grand total of
$24.5 million.
just you on your own. Trust no one. Stay paranoid.
When does it start?
It just did.
Alright, so that's set in a modern context. Again, we're looking at 100 years between the original and this current idea. So this is an idea that it's a 24-hour game, and if this guy survives, he's going to be earning a lot of money to deal with his physical condition. It looked like he had a brain tumor or something. Rainsford's in a very different situation, and you're going to read and find out about that. For today's assignment, you guys are going to be making predictions about the rest of this, or for the short story that you'll be reading and finishing tomorrow. And now you can say hello to my puppy. Come on, come here. Oh, say hello, Eddie. Alright, as always, if y'all have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know if there is anything I can help you with. And that's it. So I will talk to y'all later. Bye.